So the manager search is ongoing. Two out of the eight openings have already been filled. The Angels did not hire Torrey Hunter, who was interested in that job,
Right.
and did not hire Albert Pujols, who it sounds like might be going to another team as their manager.
Okay.
Well, the Pujols thing is interesting because the Angels pay him $1 million a year as like a personal services contract as part of the contract he had with them as a player.
Got it.
So it was like, I wonder if they said to him, like, be our manager for free or
Right.
something like that. Like,
Right.
I don't
Yes.
know what. So they ended up hiring, though, an ex-twin in Kurt Suzuki,
Oh,
who
wow.
was
No,
all
no kidding. I
an
did not
all-star for
notice
the
that.
Twins.
That's awesome.
Uh, all-star for the Twins. What year was the All-Star game in Minnesota? I think that's when it was. Because
2014,
Perkins closed it out
right?
and Suzuki was catching him. I think I have that right. Maybe not. So he's their new manager. That's a tough gig, although the Twins are a tough gig too. This also, we can get into this more, but like I do wonder. I don't know that the Twins were interested in Kurt Suzuki. I haven't seen anything reported about that, but I wonder like would he have chosen the Angels anyway? And he's been working for the Angels as like a assistant
Okay.
the last couple of years, which has kind of become a trend. Skip Shoemaker, who replaced Bruce Bochy in Texas,
Right. Yeah.
had been in their front office for the last year, and it's kind of like you got a guy on ice,
Yeah.
and I don't know that the
I'm
Twins
wondering
have
about
really done that.
Flaherty for San Diego,
Right. Uh,
who I've heard is on the Twins list. So,
the other hiring that just happened a couple hours ago is that the San Francisco Giants, hired the University of Tennessee's head coach Tony Vitello.
hmm,
And what's amazing about this is it wasn't that long ago, 2019, 6 years ago, that the Twins hiring Wes Johnson from the college ranks as their pitching coach
right.
was seen as like shocking
Right.
and
Yep.
was criticized and was the biggest outside the box move, and like people were so skeptical about it and all that. And now you fast forward 6 years and not only have numerous hitting and pitching coaches from the college ranks been hired since then, now they're just hiring
Right.
a
That
manager
is.
from college.
I am a little surprised by that. That does seem.
And this
Huh?
guy has, as far as I know, no professional coaching experience. I think he's like his mid 40s. You know, he turned around the University of Tennessee. He took them
Sure.
from nothing to something big in college baseball. But he's also seen as sort of a controversial figure. I've only read up on him. I don't know. I don't watch college baseball, but where he's like, he's got a little smack talk to him, and his players celebrate homers and all that sort of thing, which I'm all in favor of. So
Sure.
this really is a pretty interesting hire by the Giants, and Buster Posey is running things for the Giants.
Right.
And it sounds like I
Yet
saw,
another catcher.
yeah, yet another
Yeah.
former
Yeah.
catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to manage, be a weak hitting catcher. Don't be a
So,
good hitting catcher. Be a
right.
weaker hitting catcher. So yeah, those are two very interesting hires, and it also, you know, in 6 years to go from, oh my God, what do you mean the Twins hired a pitching coach from college to a much more successful team than the Minnesota Twins, by the way, the Giants,
Right.
just hiring the guy from Tennessee to be
Right.
their manager. It shows how quickly kind of the Overton window or the acceptable range of things can change in sports, which
Yeah.
becomes we always hear it's a copycat league in every sport. And not that Wes Johnson had some amazing success with the Twins, but he had some success with the Twins. And I know Derek Johnson was hired, I think, from Vandy with the Brewers and had some success. And there's been some other ones that I can't pull off the top of my head. But once you see that college coaches are not like, three-headed aliens,
Right.
they're just guys who coach in a different environment.
Right.
Um, it goes pretty quick from shocking to, oh, not that this isn't shocking, but I would bet you will see more of this, not less of this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly it's trending that direction,
Yeah.
right? The question becomes, this is one of the things we've kind of talked about with regard to the Twins, which is what I like about that hiring for San Francisco is you almost by definition are challenging your own culture by bringing that in because you're challenging Major League Baseball's culture. And
Right.
your culture is a side part of that. And one of the things I'm kind of hoping that we see with whoever the Twins bring in is that there's some aspect to that person that sort of challenges their culture a little bit, that challenges sort of the overall, I'll call it complacency. That's not quite the right word, but it's kind of close to it. That they have seen there. And, we asked Derek Falvey about that during the press conference. He says he's open to a lot of different, just so long as there's, a certain level of alignment in terms of, what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it. He's, he wants to be open-minded about how that works. I will judge whether or not that is the case based on, I think, who they are hiring, whether that is done by bringing in somebody from college or whether it's that brought in from bringing in a, more experienced, been there, done that manager who,
Right.
might have their own thoughts, or whether that is done even by bringing in a player whose reputation is, more, maybe less analytical and more, other things. That might also challenge it, but I will be interested to see what they bring in and whether or not we find any kind of evidence that they are going to be able to bring their own voice that is maybe partly discordant voice into, that echo chamber that seems to exist right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count on it,
I know you won't.
I mean, part of it is, I agree with you. I mean, you just need you need other voices, but the truth is, they need help.
Yes,
Like
well,
they need
true.
someone who isn't just going to follow what they do, because it's clear now what they do is not working.
Right.
And so, you can say just from a big picture theoretical standpoint, you don't want someone who's just a puppet of the front office. And I don't think Baldelli was that, but he certainly worked in collaboration with the front office on almost everything. I think just in general, in any walk of life, you want somebody who's got a little bit of edge to them, a little bit of, difference to them. But then beyond that, they're bad puppeteers at this stage. You know what I mean? And so you want it for like their sake too.
Right,
The front
that's
office
right,
should
that's
want
right,
that because
yeah.
they need help.
Right,
They need
yeah.
a college coach or something who has their own way of doing things and success. The other thing, and we've talked about this over the years, is, and this is true in other sports too, but I think it's definitely true in baseball. Nobody has any clue whatsoever who will be a good manager and who won't until it happens.
Sure.
And anybody who tells you differently is absolutely full of BS or thinks so highly of themselves that they can just flip coins basically and choose. Because the reality is, we've both been doing this a long time. We've seen a lot of, oh, this guy's a natural manager. He's going to get a job as soon as he retires. We've seen a lot of those guys flame out in a year. We've seen a lot of hires where it's like, who's this guy? We don't even know who this is. Have a 10-year career and win World Series. And we've seen everything in between. We've seen retreads have success in their new spot. We've seen retreads have nobody has any clue until it happens. Now you can certainly, it's not a true coin flip. I mean, you can make informed decisions, but the reality is, until you see it in action, it's an impossible thing to sort of project or predict.
And welcome to the end of this video. There's lots more. For another, just click on one of these boxes.
Or click on this circle in the middle to subscribe to all of our Twins Talk.
Thank you.
Gleeman